Today we get to talk about one of my favorite topics. It's social media. Social media. And, when I first signed up, I was 22 years old. So when I became a freshman in college, that's when Facebook came out. Yeah, I'm a little bit young, but, it was amazing for me as a freshman in college to be able to connect with some high school friends while they were away at college. And then when I figured out that this was a huge avenue for my business, I was like, I love Facebook. I love Facebook. And at that time, Twitter was big. But, I focused mostly on Facebook and Instagram. And there's an amazing webinar by Janelle and Mindy on social media. It's, if you haven't watched it yet, you should definitely watch it. It's on my site under the New Coach Training. I have all those different things that you need to do. And after getting started right call, I have like 3 different webinars or calls that I want you to watch or listen to. If you haven't done those, make sure you go on there. And one of them is the social media training. There's also an Instagram training as well under the coaching videos that you will want to watch that Mindy Wender and Janelle Summers did as well. And Instagram, I'm just now getting into it. It's a huge world. It's where most of the people are right now because we're always on our phones. So if you had to pick 2, I would highly recommend Instagram and Facebook. But obviously there's Pinterest. I just watched a great webinar on Pinterest. YouTube you can use. Twitter you can use. I know some people use Spark People. You can use MyFitnessPal, just different avenues for you to reach out to people through social media. And social media gives us that ability to connect with people all over the world, especially in the United States and Canada, who can be our customers and coaches. And we can build the relationships with them and help them get healthier and fitter from the comfort of our home. How cool is that? That's amazing. And I wouldn't have met any of my diamond coaches, even the ones who ended up being local to me. We pretty much built our relationships on Facebook. Liz Davis is in Toledo. Lindsay Forch is in Toledo. And we met through Facebook pretty much. And as well as, Missa Buller, Missy Hacker, Jen Hawk, all of my diamonds. Tammy Trojek's in Canada. Same with Christina Kinnear. They were customers of mine in Canada, and I would have never been able to meet them face to face because we're not from the same area, and I'm a little bit of a homebody. I don't go out that much. So social media has given me that chance to really connect and build relationships with people all over, and it can do the same for you. Like I said, I would recommend finding 2 of them that you feel the most comfortable with and sticking to them and really learning about them and researching, because you are a business owner. You need to figure it out, okay? As an upline coach, I do as much as I can to give you guys trainings and tips and everything, but it is your business, okay? So I have to go out and research as much as I can to help my business and help your business as well, but you have to be doing the same. And there's so many different resources. For instance, the Pinterest webinar. I would have never known about that if one of my coaches hadn't mentioned it. She had seen it on Facebook. And so a ton of us got on and learned about how we could use Pinterest for our business. Freaking cool. So I bet if you research, webinars for YouTube or Twitter or Pinterest or Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you're going to find a ton of information. And like I said, I use Facebook and Instagram the most. And you'll want to be posting about different topics that show who you are. It's not just going to be about fitness and nutrition 24/7 on Facebook. If you're focusing on Facebook, you've got to have a variety. You've got to be doing family, you got to do photography, like whatever makes you. Fashion. I'm a little bit of a goofball, so I always post goofy stuff. For instance, I just had soup for lunch, and I took a picture of myself, how I eat it. I eat it like that, with the bowl in my face, like slurping it, So I share stuff about myself it's going to be real and relatable to people. On Instagram, it has to be a little more, and we'll get into this later, but it needs to be a little more focused. And you are nutrition and fitness. You are nutrition and fitness on Instagram. That's what it should be. And you want to make sure that this is the place where you are being unique. You are showing who you are. You are being interesting. I always say be interested, not interesting. Or, yeah, be interested, not interesting when you're messaging people. But when you're on your Facebook page or your Instagram or your Pinterest or whatever, that's where you get to be interesting. That's where you pull people and find people who are like-minded to you. So make sure that you really do that, okay? And also, I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that we have a ton of calls and trainings on this different, like the different topics and ways to post on Facebook and stuff like that. So make sure that you look in the team calls and the team documents and everything that I have on megwazensky.com, because there are so many resources on there for you to just expand your business. And the big thing right now about Facebook is everything you're going to learn in a couple days. I can't tell you now because this video would be super long, but so today make sure that you are just starting to think a little bit more about social media and which ones you really want to focus on. Okay guys, tomorrow we're going to talk about challenges and hosting challenges, and that's a huge topic that I absolutely love. So I will talk to you guys all tomorrow.